Welcome to Sunny's Mindset Lab. Today we have a very special guest with us, Guy Kawasaki, the best-selling author of The Art of Social Media. We're going to be diving deep, really deep, into the strategies, the systems, and the core ideas behind building a powerful social media presence. And really how anyone, whether you're a creator, an entrepreneur, or a brand, can use these tools effectively.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited. I'm really excited to walk your listeners through some of the practical techniques in the book and just show them how social media becomes, well, it becomes far more effective when you use the right structure and, the right mindset.
Okay, so let's unpack this. The first foundational step, you emphasize profile optimization. You advise readers to optimize their profile for what you say is a mere 5 seconds of attention. How critical is that first impression, really? What elements should listeners focus on to pass that Tinder test of trust and competence?
It is absolutely vital. People make a snap judgment, so the profile is. It's essentially your resume for the world to see. Your focus has to be on your avatar, which should clearly show your face, not your dog or your friends or your car, because your face, you see, provides the most data about who you are.
The most data, right.
Exactly. Then you need to craft a consistent mantra, just 2 to 4 words that explain why you or your organization exists. For example, my mantra is, I empower people.
And that consistency is key.
Consistency across all platforms. You use the same avatar, the same mantra. It just reduces confusion and it builds immediate recognition.
That makes a ton of sense for building out the foundation. But, once that foundation is solid, the biggest daily hurdle is content. You call it feeding the content monster, and you distinguish heavily between content creation and content curation. What's the superior approach here, and what's the ultimate test for sharing material?
Well, while original content creation is valuable, it's really difficult to sustain more than, say, 2 pieces per week. To truly feed the content monster on a daily basis, you have to master curation. That's finding other people's good stuff, summarizing it, and then sharing it.
And curation is what you call a triple win. It is a triple win. And the key test for whether content is worth sharing is simple. Will people reshare my post?
The reshare test.
Yeah. If you don't believe someone would risk their reputation by resharing it, it's just not good enough. You should be curating great material from sources like Alltop or Futurity, and you have to pass that reshare test every single time.
That concept of driving value, it leads directly into perfecting the post itself. You talk about the NPR model for providing value, which is fascinating because it suggests this blend of promotion and public service. Could you elaborate on how a user earns the right to run their own pledge drive? Right. The NPR model works because they provide great content 365 days a year. They earn the trust and loyalty of their audience before they ask for support. Your goal is exactly the same. Good stuff generally falls into 4 categories: information, analysis, assistance, or entertainment.
So provide that value consistently.
You provide it consistently. And if you share enough high-quality content, you earn the right to occasionally promote your own product or service. This is in sharp contrast to, say, QVC, which is purely transactional.
BNPR, not QVC.
Exactly. BNPR, not QVC.
And when we look at the mechanics of posting, especially on a platform like Twitter, you champion a pretty aggressive approach. You even suggest repetition. Why do you encourage such high-volume sharing and specifically repeating identical tweets?
Because the attention span on social media is fleeting. It's just so fast. And not all your followers are online at the same time. We actually conducted an experiment where we shared the same tweet 4 times with different links to track the clicks, and the result was a 5.8 times increase in clicks compared to just a single post.
Wow, 5.8 times.
Yes. Now, some people complain about the higher volume. We call that internet entitlement syndrome. But the net effect is what matters.
Right, the bottom line.
Are you adding followers? Are you gaining reshares? If you're not pissing someone off, you're probably not using social media aggressively enough.
Okay, so high volume means more engagement, but it also means more potential negative feedback, more trolls. Your book offers very direct advice on managing comments, particularly around audience and response limits. So what's the core rule for handling those difficult interactions?
The core rule is to always remember the total audience.
Not just the one person. Exactly. Your response is for everyone watching, not just the single commenter. So you always take the high road. If the argument becomes toxic or just goes nowhere, we employ the boxing rule. Go 3 rounds. 3 rounds.
Okay. Commenter comments, you respond, commenter responds to the response. That is the end of the fight. After 3 rounds, you just agree to disagree or simply delete, block, and report if they are clearly trolls or spammers. Life is too short to deal with well, orifices.
That's very clear advice.
Hmm.
So moving from daily posting to larger strategy, many of our listeners use social media to drive traffic back to a long-form blog. How do you suggest integrating a blog seamlessly with social channels?
The integration has to be frictionless. First, you have to curate yourself. If your blog post isn't worth sharing, it probably wasn't worth writing. But you should use technology to help. A critical tool is Click to Tweet, which
Mhm.
embeds a link in your post, allowing people to tweet a pre-drafted message with just one click.
Okay, making it easy for them.
And another massive tip is that you must pin every post to Pinterest. Because of how repins work, those pins reincarnate and drive perpetual traffic back to your blog. They have far more staying power than a typical post.
That longevity is so crucial. So when it comes to growth, you're very clear that the vast majority of success comes down to sharing good stuff. But you provide one major exception regarding platform choice. What's the land grab opportunity listeners should always be looking out for?
If you want to quickly amass a large following, the single best opportunity is to jump on a new platform as soon as it opens, is land grab.
A land grab.
The earlier you start, the fewer people there are to follow and the less noise you have to compete with. Every new platform creates a new set of stars. You have to move rapidly, even before it's clear the platform will even succeed. That rapid movement is how people build massive influence early on.
Speaking of large-scale visibility, you offer some comprehensive strategies for socializing live events, drawing from your experience with Motorola. So if an organization is running a major launch or a conference, what is one non-obvious social tip that guarantees maximum reach?
It is the use of the hashtag. You need to pick a short, generic, and evergreen hashtag and integrate it into everything. Don't use a hashtag that only lasts for 3 days. But the most important tip, really, is to put your executives to work.
Put them to work, how so?
Don't let them hide in the VIP area. They must proactively ask attendees for photos in front of a branded backdrop. No one will refuse that request. And roughly 100% of those photos will be shared.
Wow.
And that amplifies your message exponentially using executive social proof.
That's a fantastic idea. Let's talk about more advanced tools, specifically Google plus Hangouts on Air, which you refer to as a magical way to rock social media. If a creator wants to launch their own successful HOA, what kind of preparation is necessary to ensure production quality, given the complexity? You have to treat it like a television broadcast, not just some informal call. You have to invest in the right equipment, a quality external webcam, a microphone or a headset, and lighting. At the very least, arrange your camera at eye level.
Okay, so the technical setup is key. It is. And beyond equipment, you must send your speakers a detailed checklist and start a full rehearsal at least 30 minutes early. I guarantee that the Hangouts interface will confuse 100% of your guests 100% of the time. So rehearsal just saves massive aggravation. That's great advice. We have time for one final crucial topic. How to avoid looking clueless. In a world full of self-proclaimed gurus, what are the absolute 2 biggest mistakes that signal incompetence in social media? The first is buying followers, likes, or plus ones. Only losers and charlatans do this. Purchased accounts don't interact, and they provide no lasting benefit. It's pissing on your karma.
And the second one.
The second colossal mistake is delegating your entire social media presence to an intern. Hiring a young person because they use Facebook is like believing that owning a car makes a person a mechanic.
Right. It's a strategic role.
It is. You have to take social media seriously and ensure qualified people who have hopefully read the book are monitoring and contributing.
Kai, thank you for sharing these practical and really powerful insights from the art of social media. I think this conversation will help our listeners build a stronger online presence and use social platforms with much more strategy and clarity.
It's been a pleasure. I really hope your listeners take these ideas and just start applying them today. Consistency and clarity, they make a huge difference.
This has been Sunny's Mindset Lab. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next episode.